everyone, First Warn 5 Meteorologist Melissa Meeder here on our Friday night. This week has been a rough one. We have had a record-breaking week of cold weather. We ended up breaking 5 records this week. The first one was Tuesday afternoon. We set a new record high of 4. The previous record high was 11. That was set back in 1936. Then by the time we got into Wednesday morning, we dropped down to -4. That beat the previous record of -3 in 1936. And then Wednesday afternoon also broke a record high coldest temperature of 9 degrees, previously set back at 11 in 1929. Thursday, we dropped down to -10. Previous record was only 2 degrees. It was set back in 1918, and the last record that we broke with this record cold snap that we've had was we dropped down to -5 this morning, and the previous record was 0. That was set back in 1963. So that one is kind of our more recent, or the most recent of all the records. So they've been kind of long standing, and I know many of us could have done without breaking these cold records. But the good news is warmer temperatures have arrived. The good news is they have started to do so. But this weekend, expect better conditions. Upper 30s for our Saturday. We actually have not been above freezing since last Saturday. So it will be, kind of a week of really cold conditions. We will see sunshine. It will maybe be a little bit on the breezy side with some gusts to 20 miles an hour, but still, while it's chilly, it's not as cold as we have been. We're moving in the right direction. We get even better by the time we go into Sunday. So a nice day. Sunday starts off mostly sunny. In the later afternoon hours, some cloud cover will move in, but temperatures in the upper 40s. So that's actually above our average. So this weekend looks a lot nicer than what the last week has brought. Let's just say that. The good news is we're likely going to see snow melt too over Saturday and Sunday. So if you're thinking about getting your car washed, I would maybe wait until maybe Monday or Tuesday because the roads are still going to be kind of wet for the weekend. So keep that in mind if that's something that you want to do. I know my car is gross and it needs a good wash, but I will be waiting until next week. Now, I talked about there being some minor improvements right now. At this time, we are anywhere between about 9 to 12 degrees, 13 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. So the bar was at the bottom in terms of where we could warm up from. So while we are a little bit warmer than yesterday, we're still at 18 degrees. It feels like 8. We've got a south-southwest breeze around 8 miles per hour. So the southwesterly breeze will help to get us a little bit warmer, but at the same time, not helping us currently because it's feeling like 8 degrees. So it will be chilly for our evening. Keep that in mind. We will fall through the overnight into the lower teens, and cloud cover will hang on a little bit before we become mostly clear. Radar has been pretty quiet this evening. Cloud cover has moved in along and south of I-70. There is maybe a little bit of some flurry activity that's just off towards the north of Eudora. Let's take a look if we can get a little closer look here. By Leavenworth. We can. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks like some very light flurries just south of Easton and moving into Valley Falls too. Not expecting accumulation out of this. Flurry activity will be possible between about now and 11 p.m. I think most of us remain dry, and as I mentioned, we're not expecting any accumulation. So that is the good news with that. For tonight, we will fall into the teens again. So tonight, it will be a cold night. Not as cold as it has been. We will be above 0, which will be the first time in 4 days to do so. But we will still be in the single digits to teens. So 11 in KC, 9 in Maryville and Bethany. Most of us between about 9 and 12 degrees. A little bit warmer towards our southeastern area. So it still will be cold in the morning. I think we're expecting winds around 5 miles an hour. With that being said, we could feel more like 5 above to 5 below in the morning. So tomorrow morning, Still need to exercise that caution upon being outside for long periods of time, making sure you are bundled up. All of that stuff to keep you warm, but in hindsight, it's not as cold as it has been. So we will warm up pretty quickly though for our Saturday, and that is good news as well. So we will go from 11 into the lower 20s by 10. By 1 o'clock, we'll be in that mid 30 degree range, and that's already warmer than we were, today. So good improvements are being made. Upper 30s by the 4 o'clock hour. We will see sunshine. So should be a much better day and a nicer day compared to what we have had. So I think for the most part, we will reach into the upper 30s tomorrow. 37 degrees. Still colder than our normal, which is in the mid 40s, so 46 degrees. But we will get higher than our average. So we will go into the upper 40s on Sunday. We add 10 more degrees onto that. We get to the upper 50s on Monday, 60 by the time we get to Tuesday, and we remain in that mid 50 degree range by Wednesday. So we are looking at a pretty nice next week, and it looks to be mainly dry too. The next chance for rain will come on Wednesday. It's a 30% chance, very low, very isolated to spotty, and we're talking rain because temperatures are warm enough, so that is good news too. Small chance for rain on Thursday, and we're dry on Friday. So here's what Wednesday could look like. 7 a.m. It's going to be really spotty, really light. Looks like at this point along and north of I-70, but still subject to change as we are still several days away from Wednesday. This is still our longer range modeling data. So keep that in mind, but just the chance for some isolated light rain showers on Wednesday for the first half of the day, as for what it looks like right now. Right now, we're in the teens and 20s, and it will be, as I mentioned, a cold night ahead. So if you are still heading out and about, make sure you're bundling up. We will get cold through the overnight. But when I show you the 7-day forecast, there's a lot of things to like on here. And that's exciting after the 7-day forecast, that we had at this time last week. So upper 30s for our Saturday. 40s on Sunday, near 50, and then near 60 Monday, 60 Tuesday. Wednesday, the cloud cover will cool us, and that rain chance will cool us a little bit, so we'll be in the mid 50s. Thursday, still in the 50s, and Friday, still in the 50s too. So we are on track to have 5 days in the 50s and 60s. And after we spent, a week below freezing, I think we all deserve this. I do think so. Take a look at those low temperatures too. I mentioned that tonight will be the last really cold night because we'll be getting up to the mid 20s for low temperatures by Sunday morning. And then all of next week we're at or above freezing for the 7-day forecast. So next week looks pretty nice, and I hope everybody can get out and enjoy it. As I mentioned, I think that the snow will probably melt for our Saturday, our Sunday, maybe a little bit left over Monday. I think by Tuesday, you should probably be in the clear for getting your car washed. But I think because we are going to even stay above freezing on Monday morning or Sunday night, Monday morning, we should make some good headway of getting rid of the snow and melting it by Monday. And then we've got that chance for rain on Wednesday. I think everybody's excited to see the 50s and 60s on the 7-day forecast, as are we in the First Warn 5 weather team. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody stays warm tomorrow morning and enjoys the warmer conditions for the afternoon hours on our weekend. And maybe here's to hopes for putting away our heavy winter coat for next week. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday night. I'll leave you with this nice shot of the plaza.